It was Miz was in the elevator with us, so he was congratulating you as well.
Oh, that's nice of him. I was going to say, was he talking about himself even though I won?
For once, no. For once, no.
Well, like,
How's it going, Drew?
oh, it's going amazing. How are you, buddy?
I'm great. Okay, so you won't remember this, but the last time I saw you, we were in Brooklyn. It was directly after you won the NXT Championship, and we shared an elevator up to our rooms, and you had the championship, like, can't call it a belt. You had the championship here, and just the look on your face is like, I'll never forget that. Like, just
Oh, that's awesome.
it was joy, it was relief, it was just exaltation. It was like, it's one of the best things I've ever seen. So
Wow, that's really cool. Thank you for sharing that with me. Like, that was a very special night, just considering my journey to that point. You know, all the ups and downs of returning to WWE and returning to NXT, where I wanted to come back to, and becoming champion and everything going exactly to plan, meant the world to me. But probably my wife was probably in the elevator with me. I imagine she was there the night I won the title, unless she'd already
yeah.
went up to the room. So having her there is such a big part of my comeback. That was just such a special night. So that's a cool story. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, my pleasure. It was Miz was in the elevator with us, so he was congratulating you as well.
Oh, that's nice of him. I was going to say, was he talking about himself even though I won?
For once, no. For once, no.
I was joking. No, I like to kill his gimmick, but he's killing it himself, showing everybody he's actually nice.
That's true. No. Excellent. So, I mean, but that brings us to, obviously, you're challenging for the championship here again. So, what does your current, chase mean to you? Like, how different of a place are you in now than you were then in terms of, wanting to get back to that top spot?
It was very different now, in the sense that I have been a two-time WWE champion at this point, going for my third title and my last opportunity before I moved to SmackDown, since I've been officially drafted to SmackDown. This might be the last chance I get my hands on the WWE title. But as I told Big E on Monday, as he, told me he gets it now, he understands, like, being champion is such an incredible feeling, adrenaline rush. I'm saying it the way I would say it, but he described it as the nectar and juices flowing down his face and body, I believe. I don't know the way Big E would describe something, but what he was saying was he understands what it's like to be champion now in his Big E way. And so he can relate to me and knows why I want to be champion again. And I had to remind him, I don't actually know what that feels like. I'm a two-time champion, and I don't know the rush of the live fans. I don't know what it's like to voice over the Fury Wilder boxing fight and sit in the crowd and experience it live. Because when I was champion, it was during, some difficult times for the world. But as I told him, it's the proudest times of my career, proudest times of my life. When the world shut down, WWE pushed ahead to give the world some original content, give them an escape every single week. And I got to be WWE champion. And even though I missed those live fan reactions for the biggest moments of my career, I would never take it back. And I'm so proud of that time. At the same time, I'm still chasing that moment. And I've got the opportunity next week now, my goodness, a week today, at Crown Jewel, to get that moment against Big E on such a big event. And as much as I admire and respect him when he's earned the title, I want it back, and it's my last opportunity.
No, absolutely. And I think that match, I feel like both of you are kind of at the peak of your powers. So I think.
Oh, yeah. And there's some big, was it Big E says, big meaty man slapping me, and he ain't afraid to hit you. You probably still see the mark in my head from Monday. Like, the goose egg's gone down since then, but he caught me with the point of his elbow right right off the ring apron. And if you saw the clip, my head was swollen out a few inches, blood was coming down, and he was wondering why I punched him in the face afterwards. Like, he was shocked. Like, why would you do that? I was like, well, sorry, tried to talk for me earlier in the night. We got back on the same page. We had our Mega Powers handshake earlier in the night. I was feeling pretty good about our tag team. A victory over the Usos would have been sweet. But we had a few miscommunications. Then he forearmed me in the face, then pushed me. What else was a man to do but punch him in the face and drop him with a claymore?
No, I think no one can hardly blame you. And I feel like some of that punishment might be yet to come over in Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a heck of a match. I'm very excited about it, and like I say, like I'm very proud. No matter what happened on Monday, of Big E and everything he's been through. He's had his own journey, just like I've had my journey, and he's had to overcome a lot to get to the place where he's a champion, and a champion that everyone can point at and say, this guy's earned it. And he doesn't just deserve it, he's earned it, and he's very good at what he does. So when we get in there, we're going to be dropping bombs. It's like throwing some hard strikes at each other. And that's going to be across the card. But this is a very exciting show in general, and matches I'm personally excited about as a fan. And you look at Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, they're going to be physical as hell. Lashley, Goldberg, that's what they do. And myself, Big E, and there's no love lost when it comes to like Sasha, Becky, and who else is in that match again? I don't want to miss anyone out. Bianca. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's going to be incredible for a number of reasons, that match. So this is an incredible card from top to bottom, and I'm very excited to be part of it and very excited to steal the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like it is amazing that, that we in the Middle East, get this opportunity to see you guys, not just like doing a house show, but a live event, but doing, something that is really special and something like matches that are the top caliber WrestleMania style matches. And I feel like there's a crowd that has always really loved this product and has always really cared about each one of the superstars, including yourself. So I feel like it's amazing that the Saudi Arabia gets the opportunity to get that caliber of an event.
Yeah, and deserve it. Like the fans truly deserve it. We're all, like we say all the time, like putting smiles on faces is our motto, but we genuinely mean it. And I was very surprised, pleasantly surprised, the first time I went to Saudi and I had a meet and greet. It was myself and Dolph were together at the time, and we got to meet the fans in person. And they were telling us about their fandom, and it wasn't just a case of like, hey, I saw you in a poster somewhere, or hey, I know like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and John Cena. It was, hey, this is what happened in your career in this state, etc., etc. This is what happened when Dolph, when you did this and wrestled this guy, and this was an incredible moment. And now Dolph and I were like, I don't remember that. Like the fans just know so much about the product. They're genuinely so passionate, and that makes me excited. We're bringing such a big show to fans that truly, truly deserve it.
Absolutely. Like being like a lifelong wrestling fan myself, I feel like some of my most passionate friends are from Saudi Arabia. So I know
the thing that you can feel the passion. It was infectious. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. I did not expect like everyone to be so knowledgeable about our product.
Yeah, seriously. No, it's absolutely amazing. So turning back to you, besides championships, what's driving you right now? Like what continue to be your goals? What are the things that maybe you are still a bit unfulfilled for, and things that you're still chasing?
Ooh, I'm going to say championships. A lot of things drive me. This is all I ever wanted to do for a start. So I don't feel like I work. I feel like I'm very fortunate to do what I'm doing. And I'm very fortunate when you work for WWE, you're actually able to do a lot of projects outside the ring. And that's something, I'm very excited to be involved with any opportunity I get to work with any charitable cause and really make a difference. And recently I was named the champion ambassador for Special Olympics and been working with them directly for the past couple of years. And my goodness, the perspective you get, inspiration you get working with those athletes. And September, Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, like doing currently virtual hospital visits, meeting the kids, and just how no matter what they're going through, they're just so upbeat and positive. You can't help going away from it thinking, whatever little worry I had is absolutely nothing. It really, lifts your spirit, gives you perspective, and makes you feel like I'm really making a difference, and it's even bigger than titles. So that's the stuff that I want to do more of, continue to do more of. And when it comes to the wrestling aspect, I keep mentioning this, I'm going to keep mentioning it. Obviously, we've got Crown Jewel in Saudi, we've got some big events across the world. The UK needs a big event. I will not stop talking about it till the end of time. We've not had a big event since SummerSlam 92, and I'm going to keep talking about it until it happens. It's been 30 years, almost next year, since we've had a significant WWE pay-per-view. Hopefully that can happen just like Crown Jewel's happening.
Well, dirt sheets were saying that you were in a meeting, I think last week.
I heard that, so it must be true.
For something.
Yes, and my suit, like possibly with one of those like pointer deals, like with my PowerPoint presentation, just like this is how we're going to do it. So, yeah, I mean, like if I'm a spark that ignites a fire, then I'm all about it. But I'm not going to stop talking about it till it happens.
No, I can't wait, and I will definitely jet over there. I'm going to go to London this weekend, so it's easier for me to go. I'll definitely be there with you, cheering you on.
Awesome, you better be.
Absolutely. And okay, so moving over to SmackDown. Obviously, there's one clear target in mind in Roman Reigns. How is that? Obviously, you're thinking about next week, but thinking moving forward, what goes through your head when you think about that move over to SmackDown?
Ooh, and a lot goes through my head. I remember my initial interview right after I got drafted. I was kind of thinking out loud on camera, and it wasn't just a case of, okay, I'm coming for Roman. That's what's going to happen. I was like, yeah, that's inevitable. That's what I want down the line. Hopefully, it's a match the fans are looking forward to, and somebody to step up to Roman finally and the bloodline. But at the same time, for me personally, that's where it all began for Drew McIntyre. It's like everything's coming full circle. You know, I started on SmackDown initially when I first got to America when I was 22 years old. And I was on the show for maybe 3 weeks to realize that I wasn't quite ready for television. I got the chance to go to Florida Championship Wrestling, the WWE's developmental at the time. I got to learn what I needed to learn. Then I returned to SmackDown as the chosen one of Vince McMahon. And that's where I spent 3 years of my career of the lofty expectations, the future of the company. This is it. This is the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land. And then everything went wrong. And it was on SmackDown, as many highs as I had in my early 20s. There was also some big downfalls. And I've always had that in the back of my mind that SmackDown never worked out. And it was my home basically in my early 20s. And I achieved becoming WWE champion, very proud to be the face of WWE and Raw for the past couple of years. But being part of Raw for 3 years, it does feel like home. But at the same time, as much as it was for me, and winning that title was also for a lot of other people and making sure, you know, things were held together and the way they needed to be during those times. Winning the Universal title, beating someone like a Roman Reigns would really be for me and kind of take that out of my mind, that negative part of my career, negative part of my life, and truly be coming full circle if I was able to get that success on SmackDown.
Absolutely. And to, you know, not to name any names, but as a last question, obviously, I think the big discussion in, you know, the fan community has been the competition. You know, the fact that we're kind of back to this era where, you know, WWE really has to show that it's the top, you know, company in the world, that it has to continue to prove that night after night. It can't just, you know, rest on its laurels. So does the competition in the wrestling world, does eyeballs elsewhere drive you to drive the eyeballs back to you? I mean, is that something that goes through your mind? You're really just focused on you and the brand and what you can do best?
I mean, it should be part of your mind. Like I see it as competition with everybody. If I'm on Raw, I don't just see other companies as competition. I see SmackDown as competition. Like I want to produce the best show possible and keep my eyes on the ratings, etc. So it doesn't matter where I am. If the show I'm on, in my mind, everybody should be thinking we're competing with literally everyone, including the other brand, including NXT, including other companies. And if you've got that competitive spirit, it's going to be better for yourself as a brand and better for the fans. And I'm excited wrestling's so healthy once again. When I started, independent wrestling was non-existent. We had to start the Scottish wrestling scene when I was a kid, build up the UK scene, which is amazing now, has NXT UK, etc. But it wasn't. And I traveled the world and I saw what it was like back then. And independent wrestling was so minuscule. And to see how far it's evolved, to see how big the talent is, and to see so many superstars and wrestlers across the world have a full-time living in wrestling, it's just unbelievable. And that's what it comes down to for me, is that wrestling's healthy and a lot of my friends have full-time jobs now.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. It's always about the wrestlers, not about the company. So I'm glad you guys are doing well. I'm glad you guys are eating well. And I can't wait to see what you do next personally, because I've always been a fan of yours, no matter what name you're going by. So I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And hopefully you're coming on to the show next week, because it's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait.
I'm trying to get my ticket over to Jeddah. It's not too far. I'm in Dubai, so hopefully I'll get over there.
All right, that's pretty close. Give yourself a win.
Take care.